Okay.
Welcome, everyone, to Clovis. We are still waiting for the start of this ball game. They had homecoming going on right before the warm-up period, so we're going to be a little bit of a delay. About 19 minutes is what the warm-up clock has on it right now. Hobbs taking on Clovis. Both teams are out of the court warming up. I think they will be sticking to this warm-up time, so we'll get the pregame show started here in just a minute. It's Game 2 of the Hobbs Eagles district schedule as they take on the Clovis Wildcats. And, of course, Eagles beating Roswell this past Tuesday for that first win of the district season. So we're going to take a little break. We'll come back with the pregame show here in just a few minutes. Again, we are still in a warm-up mode due to homecoming, and I had all the coronation out on the court, so I kind of stalled the situation a little bit. Our team was not warned about that before the game, so that's why it's taking a delay. So once again, Hobbs Eagle basketball will return with the pregame show here in just a few minutes. Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Hobbs Welcome live to Clovis, New Mexico. Time for Hobbs Eagle basketball. Live on the radio at Cool 95.7, on the internet, YouTube, the Hobbs Sports page, the Cool 95.7 Facebook page, and HobbsAmerica.com. Ty Friend here with you tonight. Ron is on the road next door, about 9 miles away in Texaco, with the big Jowl games going on tonight. So by myself, video and audio for you as the Hobbs Eagles take on the Clovis Wildcats. Game 2 of the district schedule. Of course, the Eagles opening up with the victory over Roswell in very impressive fashion, 91-73. So an 18-point victory for that 1-0 record in district. And their opponent tonight, Clovis, lost to Carlsbad by 12 on Tuesday. Of course, the Eagles beat Carlsbad by 11 at the Artesia tournament back in November. Carlsbad ranked 13th in the state, so that's how it fits right now. And the numbers for the Hobbs Eagles on Tuesday night, pretty devastating offensively for their opponent Roswell. Abraham Pena lighting it up for 23 points. He hit 3 3-pointers in that ball game, but did not get one free throw attempt in the whole contest. So lots of good outside shooting and going off on the break. He had a couple of rebounds as well. And was kind of dealing with some fouls part of that ball game, but kept himself in the game and was a major part of the scoring. Of course, that's actually more points than he's been averaging this season, as he came into that contest at 15 a game, and of course 23 definitely beats that number. Other double-digit scores, and right behind Pena was Peyton Hodge. He finished up with 21 points. He had a tray in the first quarter and had a bunch of free throw opportunities as well throughout the game. He was 2 for 4 from the charity stripe. So Hodge and Pena both combining for 44 points in the game. Hodge also added 4 rebounds, and that's part of his game that we're likely to see get improving over the season as he's starting to go to the glass. And not just the driver and the tremendous defensive player, but also the guy that's going to clean up the boards for you as well. So some great production for Pena and Hodge in that game against Roswell. Other double-digit scoring coming from Jairus Turbiatis. He hit the double-double on that game, 14 points and 13 rebounds. So definitely both sides of the court taking care of business. He was perfect on the charity stripe, 3 for 3, and he was teetering towards the DQ on the 5th foul, but he held out throughout the rest of the 4th quarter and again finished with that double-double, and a great game for him. Parker Henderson, 8 points and 2 rebounds. Again, he's starting to become himself a presence in the paint. Forgot the other double-digit score, the sophomore guard coming off the bench, Lyric Soria. He had 2 trays in the first half and finished with 11 points. So the Eagles finishing with 4 in double digits in that ball game, and the best free throw shooting of the season as a team in terms of 10 of 12 for 83%. So feather in the cap of Coach Ross, getting his team ready for that opening game against Roswell. Eagles were able to stroke through 6 3-pointers in the contest, although they gave up 11 to Roswell. That was kind of a question mark there. Roswell was staying in the game for much of it until the 4th quarter expanded the lead for Hobbs of shooting those outside shots. So hopefully they can kind of shut down the Clovis shooting in this ball game. The Eagles also did the 29 rebounds compared to 20 for Roswell. Roswell did manage 2 players in double figures in that game. Hobbs caused 15 turnovers but had 14 of their own. Something they'd like to clean up just a little bit. But they've been hovering around the 14-15 turnover margin throughout much of the season. So, again, that's pretty much average in what we've seen. Again, when you get in a run-up-and-down game with some of these district opponents, sometimes guys do a little bit too much, and balls come squirting out there once in a while. But still, you got to be happy about an 18-point win. Again, 91-73 for the Hobbs Eagles. Now, their opponent tonight, currently sitting under 500. They have the 6 wins on the season, but quite a few losses under their belts at this point. They lost to number 1 Volcano Vista, Clovis did, by 30. That's a team the Eagles lost to at the Metro tournament just by 7. West Mesa, the 14th ranked team in the Max Preps poll, Clovis lost by 11. Hobbs beat West Mesa by 21, so that's a difference between the 2 squads there. Number 7 Oregon Mountain beat Clovis by 21. Of course, the Hobbs Eagles beat Oregon Mountain at Task Arena in a slim margin by 2. And then, of course, Carlsbad, we mentioned just a few minutes ago, they lost to them on Tuesday night by 12. The Eagles beat them at the City of Champions tournament back in November by 11. And Las Cruces High, the one other common opponent, Clovis Wildcats lost by 3, and the Hobbs Eagles beat Las Cruces twice, 39 points and then 30 points. So a combined 69 win margin there against that Las Cruces squad. So Hobbs definitely has the upper margin in this contest. Clovis sitting at 8 wins, 11 losses, 0-1 in district. They're averaging 58.6 points a ball game compared to 69.8 for the Eagles, just shy of the 70 mark. Clovis giving up 60.3 points a game. Hobbs only giving up 53.3. So Eagles scoring about 11 points more and giving up about 6 points less in terms of the defense as the comparison goes. Clovis has had some tough opponents this season like Cleveland. They lost to them 71-69. Clifton Brown definitely was their top scorer with 21 points, 6 of 10 from the free throw line, and had 4 assists as well. Jaden Cox, another one of their guys that likes to score a lot in double digits. He had 17 points, 3 trays, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals. So he is their stat guy in different categories, offensively and defensively. So they're going to have to watch him real close in this ball game. Johnny Molina managed 11 in that contest as well. As Clovis, even though they lost just by 2 points, they were able to drain 7 3-pointers in that ball game, shot 70% from the free throw line. But they did have 18 turnovers, which is definitely a problem when you're playing against a team like Cleveland, who's ranked 4th in the Max Preps poll. They also took on Rio Rancho back in November, lost to them by 15. Rio Rancho was up by 12. Both teams scored 19 in the third quarter, and Rio Rancho outscored Clovis 40-37 in the second half for the victory. Luke Carpenter with 15 points in that game, and nobody else in double digits. Clovis able to stroke through 7 3-pointers in that ball game. So we're starting to see that kind of emerge with this team, that they're starting to go for the outside shot, and definitely had those 7 trays in that game. They lost back in November to Trisco Heritage, who's currently ranked 12th in the state, got trounced by them by 26. Clifton Brown, again, 16 points and 4 rebounds. He was the only guy in double digits in that ball game. They didn't shoot very well either, 29% in the contest. And just a few weeks ago, Lovington hosted a tournament there in Lee County. Clovis thumped on Lovington 72-50, a 22-point win. At the half, they were up by 9 and had 12 more points than Lovington in the second half, thus the 22-point victory. Jaden Cox, 18 points. He had 3 steals in the game. Jaden Tapia with 16 points. Joseph Cavazos, 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And Johnny Molina, one of their best defensive players, had 7 steals against Lovington. Lovington had coughed up the ball 27 times. So Clovis defense doing a real good job against the other Wildcats team when they were on the road in Lovington. And one of their game recently, December 12th, Clovis lost to Hope Christian 65-54. Cox scoring 19 points in that game, 3 3-pointers, and Johnny Molina 15 points and 9 rebounds. But for this Clovis team, they had 27 turnovers against that Hope Christian squad, which is a smaller division team. So they have to clean up their game a little bit offensively. Your starters for the Hobbs Eagles tonight, Braddock Beatty currently at 4.1 points a game. He has got 2.1 rebounds a contest and is one of the leaders in 3-point shots as he has drained 21, second place on the team for outside shots. Parker Henderson, he is averaging 9 points a game, second in rebounding at 6.5. The other starters, Peyton Hodge, who had a great game against Roswell on Tuesday. He is averaging 10.4 points a contest, 2.6 rebounds, and he's currently tied for third on the team with 3-pointers with 14. Abraham Pena, of course, the leading scorer on the squad at 16.4 points a game, thanks to that 23 he had Tuesday night. He is averaging 3.2 rebounds, the best free throw shooter on the team at 82%, and leads with 3-point shots at 36. Last but not least, Jairus Turbiatis, Mr. Consistency, 10.4 points a game. He's tied with Peyton Hodge now. Also 8 rebounds a contest. He is currently leading the team on the boards and is tied for third with Peyton Hodge for 3-pointers. So Hodge and Turbiatis kind of the bookends on this team. Both have lots of energy. They're going to go up and down the court for you on both offense and defense. The Hobbs Eagles are averaging 6.5 turnovers less than their opponents this season, so that's definitely a real good deal there. Also going on the free throws, Hobbs shooting 62%, their opponents at 64%. In terms of points, Hobbs at 69.8. They give up 53.3 a game, so that's about 16 points more on the average than their opponent. And on rebounding, outdoing their opponents as well. Hobbs averaging 32.5 rebounds a game, giving up 24.5, which means 8.3 more rebounds a contest. Thus your Eagles at 18-3, 1-0 in district. Currently ranked second in the Max Preps poll behind Volcano Vista. No movement in the poll yesterday, Thursday. Hobbs still sitting with a 15th strength of schedule. Volcano Vista at 17.6. Sandia remains at number 3. Cleveland at number 4. Roswell moved down one spot by losing to Hobbs. They're 6th now. Cibola moved up to number 5. And then we got some other movement. Oregon Mountain now at 7. Albuquerque High stays at their number 8 slot. La Cueva at number 9. And Santa Fe's moved up to number 10. So that's your top 10 in the Max Preps poll. We're going to take a 30-second break. Get ready for tip-off here. Hobbs versus Clovis. Stay with us live on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Welcome you back to Rock Stop as Jim and Clovis. Hobbs Eagle basketball going live. Second game of district as Eagles take on the Clovis Wildcats. Right before the break, talking about the Hobbs Eagles scoring so far, led by, of course, Abraham Pena with his double-digit scoring on the season, coming in at 16.4 a game. Peyton Hodge at 10.4. J. Iris Turbiatas 10.4. Parker Henderson at 9 a game. And Braddock Beatty at 4. Now, the Clovis Wildcats have had some wins this season. A lot of these lower division teams, Piedra Vista by 7, Mayamira by 39, Melrose by 25, Lubbock Cooper in Texas by 3, Santa Fe High by 13, one of their better wins, and Fort Sumner, smaller division team, by 8. So those are the victories for Clovis up to this point. Their starting lineup includes Clifton Brown, Luke Carpenter, J.J. Seiss, Jaden Cox, and Jaden Tapia. Now the size coming, a lot of their kids 6 foot, but nobody's going to be even close to the big man for the Hobbs Eagles, Parker Henderson, standing at 7 foot. Hobbs Eagles going to wear their black uniforms and the gold numbers, and Clovis their home white uniforms and the purple numbers. It was homecoming here, so they did have a long event going on before the warm-up period, a little bit late on the start time here tonight. So definitely going to be a good game for the Hobbs Eagles to try to get their record at 2-0. These teams split last year in the regular season. Clovis went on to the district tournament championship and knocked off Roswell, so they were hovering around for a little bit in the late part of the season. Of course, Hobbs coming off that impressive win over Roswell, winning by 18 on Tuesday, and almost perfect on the line, but pretty much perfect for quite a bit of the game. Ended up going 10 of 12 for 83%. Their biggest lead in the contest was 25 points, so definitely doing some good stuff there at the home court at Tasker. But again, always a tough game. It usually is a very close game here at Rock Stop as Jim, and no matter win or lose, they go back to Tasker, and usually a blowout, it seems like, over the past few years. But Hobbs Eagles again splitting with Clovis last year. Hobbs out in the court, getting ready for the jump ball here. Turbiatas, Parker Henderson, of course, Beatty, Peyton Hodge, and Abraham Pena. I should mention, too, one of the referees, a former Hobbs Eagle. Won't mention him by name, but just to give you a little heads up on that, you might know who it is when you see him out there. Looks like that is mostly a Clovis crew, if I'm right. Looks like the jumper for Clovis will be number 22, Jaden Cox. He is their top scorer on the season. Looks like he's going to be giving up about 9-10 inches here as we get ready for live basketball on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Ready for the jump. There's the Hobbs former Eagle that the referee. It's tipped into the backcourt. Clovis will have the ball, and dribbling with it now is Clifton Brown. He'll take his time. He is guarded by Beatty. He's going to drive across the timeline, head to the corner with the pass, over to Seiss. Seiss gets some tough pressure by Pena, pivoting, kicks it up top, dribbling through his legs, going to the rack with it is Cox. Tries to throw up a shot, no good. Turbiatas with the rebound, and the Eagles going to give it off to Pena to get this thing moving down court. Pena sets it up in the front court. He wants to see some rotation and telling the team to move around and get open. And he passes over to Hodge on the right wing, driving the lane, throws up a shot on the run, air ball, pulled down by Clovis quickly in the transition game as it came down in the hands of J.J. Seiss. As Clovis quickly gets into the front court to set up their offense. They give it out to the right wing, 3 on the way, in and out, no good for J.J. Seiss. It's pulled down by Turbiatas, already his second rebound of the contest. As Hobbs into the front court with Payton on the left wing. Screen from Turbiatas, backed away from it the last second. Payton is going to shoot up a tray at the top of the arc, and he nails it for the Eagles. So Turbiatas make that Pena with his first bucket of the ball game, and the score now 3-0 early in the first quarter. Game 2 of the district schedule. Going to the rack, but missing the layup for Clovis was Clifton Brown. The rebound on the right block. They're going to say a travel, though, by Seiss. That was his second rebound, but will be the first turnover for the Wildcats. Howard looks like a sub going to be checking in for Clovis as their head coach, Corey Pickett, not liking seeing what's going on the court as he brings in Joseph Cavazos. Pass to Pena at the timeline. He'll send it across down the lane. Spin move for Hodge. Fadeaway jumper on the left block. It's knocked around the baseline. Hodge will pick it up. He lost the ball in the paint and then is trampling over the defender who got the piece of it. It's like Hodge will pick up the foul. So turnovers for Hodge on that one. And the foul on top of that, first team foul against the Eagles. Still 3-0 after that tray for Abraham Pena. With 6:31 left in this first quarter of action. Press going on with the trap. Pass coming across to the free throw line to Luke Carpenter. He's going to drive it across, get it down the lane, and a scoop shot on the right block, laid up and in. As putting it through was Michael Clinton, and the score now 3-2. Payne with the basketball, sends it across the timeline to Beatty. He's got to spot up a three. It's an air ball, and it'll go underneath the basket. Air ball is being chanted by the Clovis crowd now. Eagles had no chance to rebound that one. 3-2 your score with 6:10 remaining here in the opening quarter. Trap pressure, long ball to the timeline. It's stolen away by Beatty. That'll be another Clovis turnover number 2. Up top to Pena. Dribbles to the left elbow. Pivots, throws up a shot. Double clutch. Bounces off the back of the rim and gets in for 2. Pena now with 5 points and a 5-2 lead. All 5 points for Pena for the Hobbs Eagles scoring. Trap pressure is coming on. The inbound to the left corner almost taken away by the Eagles as Pena gets a piece of it. And it looks like Coach Pickett wants to talk about the press breaker here. Timeout on the court. Hobbs 5, Clovis 2, 5:51 remaining first quarter. We'll take a break and come back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network. We're back live here at Rock Stoppers Gym in Clovis as the Hobbs Eagles lead 5-2 over the Wildcats, the home squad in purple. Eagles with the 1-2-2 half-court trap going on. Everybody in the backcourt to defend. The inbound comes to the far left sideline as Cox will bring it across. Quickly, it comes down the lane. High-arching layup on the left side off the back of the rim. Rebound, a fadeaway in the paint. No good. Ball loose. And take it down on the left block by Seiss, his third rebound. He tries to throw it up again. It's knocked off the front of the rim. Trying to save it, Parker Henderson, but he fumbled it out of bounds. It will be Clovis basketball underneath their hoop with a 5-2 deficit. Cox will be on the right baseline to get it in. Throws it backdoor to Seiss. Gets blocked by Henderson. Gets his own save, though. His fourth rebound and sends it back up top to Luke Carpenter. Get off to the right wing to Brown, backing it out against Hodge. Kick it right corner. Seiss with a three out the back of the rim, no good. Loose and pulled down and put back up over the left glass and scoring it is Jaden Cox. It's now 5-4 as Payne will throw it across the far right to Hodge. Gets it back in the backcourt. Give it back to Hodge. The passing game down to the near left sideline is stolen away by Clovis, so that'll be an Eagles turnover as that will be for Hobbs, their second of the ball game. Ball given off to Clifton Brown. Brown at the timeline, spins, comes down the lane, runner shot on the way out the back of the rim. Ball loose at the free throw line. It's pulled down by Carpenter up top, and he's going to give it off to Brown for a tray as Brown nails it. They've had a bunch of games, so they've had 6 or 7 trays a game, so 7-5 now. Clovis with their first score. To take the lead, they throw it over to Beatty at the timeline, and Coach Ross calls timeout. He didn't like to see the movement on the offense there and wanted to talk about the trap that we're seeing from Clovis. Another timeout of the court. Clovis with their first lead, 7-5 over the Eagles. Back at 30 on HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Welcome back to Clovis. Your Hobbs Eagles trail by 2, 7-5. Eagles getting out rebounded right now, 6-3. And with a 2-point deficit, Payne with 5 of all the Eagles' points. 3 for Brown, 2 apiece for Cox and Clinton. Hobbs basketball after their timeout in the front court. Pass off to the right wing to Soria, who just checked in. Dribbling to the right wing and stopping. Up top to Triviatis, hands it back to Soria. Swing it to the left side to Pena. Up top to Soria again. To Hodge, driving the right baseline, double clutch off the side of the rim, ball tipped up and around. Clovis gets the rebound, Clifton Brown. He'll send it down the transition on the near sideline off the dribble. Stop and go against Hobbs. Lost the ball for a second in the right corner. Sends it up the near sideline to the Hobbs Eagle bench. They're going to say tipped out by Pena as the pass was intended to Luke Carpenter on the near right sideline. It'll be Hobbs basketball. Or correction, Clovis basketball. Cox will bounce it into the time stripe. Back deep, giving it off to Clifton Brown. Sends it to the left corner to Carpenter. Dribbles to the free throw line, left elbow and pivots. Back to Cox in the corner, but a bad pass goes out of bounds. Good pressure by Javen Hernandez on Cox in the corner. Ball sailed in front of him, out of bounds. That's the third Clovis turnover here in the first quarter. Eagles going to beat the 1-2-2 press or trap as they're trying to do it right now. Still in the backcourt. Payne with the ball at the time stripe. Gets it up to Soria on the left wing. Cross court right to Hodge, a bad one. He floated it way up in the air. Almost got a steal there, up in the air as well, trying to pick it off on the far right sideline. J.J. Seiss. Eagles dodge a bullet on that one, though. It'll be their basketball. Inbound to Hodge on the right wing. Drives a lane to the baseline now. Kick out right wing to Turbiatis. Up top to Pena. Fakes a pass and does give it to Soria on the left side. He takes a quick jab step but brings both feet with him and gets a travel. So the Eagles now have 3 turnovers, the same as Clovis, and trail by 2, 7-5. We got 3:39 left first quarter. Game 2 of the district schedule. Clovis at 0-1, losing to Carlsbad by double digits. Eagles beating Roswell by double digits. Inbound deep to the back line to Brown. He's going to come up the near sideline as he takes on Hodge now in the front court. Stop and go dribble on the right wing. Spins, comes down the lane, over to left wing. And we got a hold foul coming down the lane. Pass was dished off to Michael Clinton, but he didn't get a chance to go to the rack with it. They stopped the action. And they're going to call that foul on Hodge. Unfortunately, his second personal, second team foul. So Hodge in early foul trouble. He's going to have to exit the ball game. As coming in for him will be Amari McGahey. They check it back deep, top of the arc to Brown. Gets a screen on the top of the arc as well by Seiss. Backs out of it. Good D by Soria. Unloads the basketball to the left wing to Seiss. Back up top, deep to Brown. He's near the timeline. Hands it off right to left to Cox. To the left wing. Crossover move after a screen from Clinton. To the free throw line, pivoting, dishes it out left wing, 3 on the way for Seiss out the front of the rim, no good, ball tipped around, taken down by Javen Hernandez for the Eagles. Gives a bad pass to McGay, he has to chuck it back over to Hernandez on the far right side. The Eagles bring it across the time stripe. Into the front court left wing, Payne to get a fire at Petre off the back of the rim. Tipped up in the air, the big kid for Clovis trying to rip it down, is going to go off his fingertips. Looks like Michael Clinton had the last grab at it, but it'll be Hobbs Eagle basketball. Underneath their hoop on the left baseline. It'll be Coach Pickett bringing in a sub for the Wildcats. That's Jaden Tapia, one of the starters. Eagle basketball on the left baseline. McGahey to inbound. Gets it in left corner. Payne is 3 on the way and a swish. Abraham Payne with 2 trays and 8 points to lead the Eagles. All the scoring for Hobbs right now. But Clovis is going to break the pressure. Cox is coming down the lane. Throws it back up over his head. No good. Turbiatis with the rebound and gets it ahead with the dribble now on the left elbow of the front court. Turbiatis has a total now of 3 rebounds. To the right wing to Pena. Back door, fumbling it on the baseline. Hernandez saves it to the left corner to McGahey. Touch pass behind to Turbiatis. Up top to Soria. NBA 3 out the back of the rim. Hernandez gets the rebound at the free throw line. Stumbles ahead a little bit. Gives it over left corner to McGahey. His 3 out the front of the rim. Ripped down in the paint by Carpenter. Transition now for Clovis. Boy, lots of shot opportunities for the Eagles. Goes it ahead to the left wing. 3 on the way and a swish for Trey. Putting it through was Luke Carpenter. Second tray of the game for Clovis. It's now Wildcats 10, your Hobbs Eagles 8. Into the front court comes Soria. Bounce pass to the near sideline to Pena. He'll hold the ball and wait for the offense to get ready. Hernandez throws the screen from up top of the arc. Pass off to McGahey on the right wing. He's going to dribble back towards Pena. Holds the ball. Gives it Turby out this right corner. His 3 on the way. Out the side of the rim. No good. And pulled down in transition for Clovis. Clifton Brown. He'll send it ahead to Cox underneath the baseline. Throws a shot on the left side on a fadeaway. And it comes off the rim, but it then gets knocked out of the baseline. So lots of shot opportunities at both ends for the Eagles and Clovis. Just not get things to drop at this point. McGahey will take a break, and coming in for him first time tonight is Josiah Clay. Clay averaging 5.2 points a game, close to 2 rebounds a contest as he inbounds to Pena. Clovis back in a 2-3 zone now, but they still lead 10-8. Coming across the timeline is Pena, top of the circle off the dribble. Throws it off right to Clay, hand it off to Soria, top of the arc, dribbles right, hands to Pena, screen from Turbiatis. Fakes a 3, drives the left lane, throws up a shot, off the left glass, no good. Javen Hernandez in there for the cleanup on the right side and puts it through for 2. He's got 3 rebounds and 2 points. We're tied at 10. Close game here at Rock Clovis. Quickly across the timeline is Cox on the right wing. Slicks it off to the left wing to Carpenter for three off the back of the iron. Ball loose, and Pena picks it up for the Eagles. As Pena now with his first rebound. He'll come across the timeline. Top of the circle, trying to move that zone just a bit. Finds Clay in the right wing, down to Hernandez, right baseline. Fade shot in the paint, no good. Cox will rip it down for Clovis. That's his first rebound. He'll give it off to the near sideline, stop and go dribble. And for Caden Everett, who just checked in, he'll keep it outside to set up the O for Clovis. Slides to the left, down to the timeline, gets a screen from his teammate. That's Roddy Crabledew. And they're going to call a push-off foul for the Eagles, trying to get around the screen. And Coach Ross is not a happy camper on that one, as they call the foul on Pena, just trying to break the screen. His first, third team foul. And a substitution coming in now on the court for Clovis is Jaden Tapia. Wildcats get the inbound of the backcourt as Soria will play some D as he takes on Caden Everett. Everett going down to the right block, spins, fadeaway jumper on the spin, off the back of the rim for Turbiatis board. From the right block, he's got 4 rebounds for the Eagles. We're tied at 10, down to about 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's been a major battle. Shots aren't falling much for either side late here in the first. Pass to the left wing to Beatty, down to Hernandez in the left corner, fakes a three and then throws it up at the back of the rim, no good. Rebound on the baseline, but that will end the quarter as the whole court shot is nowhere near close to the rim for Luke Carpenter after his third rebound. At the end of one quarter of action, it's a track meet here in Clovis. Hobbs 10, Clovis 10. Back at 60 on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Little tug-of-war action going on here at Rock Clovis Gym in Clovis. Hobbs and Clovis knotted up at 10. We start the second quarter. Clovis has 4 players in the book so far. 2 trays. Brown and Carpenter both getting 1 each. Cox and Clinton both to the bucket for 2 apiece. Abraham Pena has 8 of the Hobbs Eagles points on 2 trays and a bucket for Hernandez for 2. As we start this second quarter of action, driving the right baseline. Hodge backdoor. There's Turbiatis to the lefty layup. He's got his first bucket of the ball game. It's 12-10 Hobbs. Trap pressure, a high pass, sails to the far left sideline, out of bounds in the backcourt. Hodge had his man covered up as well as Beatty. That'll be Clovis's 4th turnover. Hobbs has 3 boards, and through the first quarter of action, it was Clovis 11 rebounds, Hobbs 9, and 2 3-pointers for both teams up to this point. 7:43 remaining here in the second. Hobbs by 2, 12-10. Pass to the left wing. Hodge driving the lane with the runner, but it's an alley-oop instead. The dunk for Parker Henderson. Beautiful job there. I thought it was a shot. Instead, it was an alley-oop. Eagles down by 4, their biggest lead. And we got another turnover. Sails out of bounds near the time stripe for Clovis on the far left. And so they're starting to mount the turnovers. That's 5 now, 2 in this quarter for Clovis. And Eagles have 4 in the books, 8 for Pena, 2 apiece for Henderson, Hernandez, and Turbiatis. Quickly the pass in the front court for the Eagles. Over to Hodge, up top. Pena dumps it to Henderson on the right elbow. He's got about 8 inches difference. His pass deflected to Pena on the left side. Fakes a shot from 15, dribbles to the left corner. Sends it up top to Beatty. Beatty left wide open for a tray, and it's off the front of the rim. Ball tipped up in the air. Cox gets a rebound, and he's in transition quickly. He's going to come down the lane with a little scoop shot, gets it rejected, and here comes the rebound, and into the front court quickly is Hodge. He gets hit as he goes up with it, tipped up by Beatty and Henderson from behind. The first one was a miss, the second one put through for 2 points, as Henderson now has his first rebound, his 4th point, and the game is now at 16-10. Bad throw to the timeline, stolen for the Eagles. Beatty at the top of the arc, free throw line. Over to Hobbs on the left wing. That was the 6th turnover for Clovis. Slings it underneath, and there's another dunk for Henderson. 2 in a row. As he throws it through the hoop, he's got 6 points. 18-10. Eagles pressure starting to make an impact. Driving down the lane to the other end. A high-arching layup reverse, but tip back up and in off the back of the rim. As putting it down for Clovis was Clinton after his 2nd rebound. Score now is 18-12. Pena in the front court. Gives it back deep to Hodge to set up the offense. 6:07 left in the half. Over to Beatty on the right wing. Up top to Pena. 1-2-2 zone now for Clovis. Pass the top of the arc to Henderson. Touch it over to Turbiatis, still right behind him up top. Over to Pena left side. Drives to the free throw line, down the lane. Kick out right corner to Hodge. Up top to Beatty. Drives the free throw line. Puts on the pivot. Finds Henderson on the right elbow. Up top to Pena for a tray off the back of the rim. Clovis rebound by Javier Jimenez. He's in transition off the dribble now in the front court. Gives it off on the right side. A hook shot in the paint by Clifton Brown, no good. And it's knocked off of the baseline off of Clovis. Hobbs basketball. Clovis getting a lot of one and dones on the offense as Soria returns for the Eagles and Beatty takes a break. 6 points in the quarter for Parker Henderson. It's now 18-12 Eagles. Pena coming across the timeline for the Eagles, slowing it down to set up the offense. Drives the left side of the lane, little reverse layup, throws it off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound in transition for Cox. He's going to throw it ahead quickly. A shot for the lane, no good. Off the back of the rim for Seiss. They try to tip it up, ball gets knocked out of the baseline, and they're going to give it back to Clovis. They're going to say Soria touched it last. 18-12 still, Eagles by 6. As the inbound going to come from the left baseline, chuck it back deep, does Jimenez at the time strike, ricochets off Brown. Hobbs tries to save it in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench, and it goes out of bounds off a Clovis player. Looks like Cox got a piece of it. Hobbs Eagle basketball. So that'll be another Clovis turnover, number 7 here in the first half. Hobbs with a 6-point lead. Inbound to Payne in the backcourt. He'll bring it across off the dribble. He hands it off to Soria right wing, dribbles to the left side of the circle, gives to Hodge, gets a screen up top from Henderson, backdoor to Pena on the right baseline. He tried to save it, scoops over to Turbiatis, but throws it out of bounds instead. That'll be a turnover for the Eagles, their 4th. Hobbs going to set up a 2-1, or 1-2-1-1. They have one guy back deep, that's Henderson. The rest are in the backcourt. And almost interception by Hodge. Hodge gets ricocheted into Cox's hands in the front court, knocked out by Henderson to the far left sideline. Eagles almost getting another turnover on that one, the big man getting into play. Clovis will set up their half-court offense. They trail by 6, had a 2-point lead here just minutes ago. Inbound to the backcourt, taken on by Hodge in the hands of Brown. He's going to dribble left, back it into Hodge as he comes across the timeline on the crossover move to the right wing. He continues down to the right block, kick it out to the right corner to Molina. Get back over to the right corner again to Brown. Spin move on the baseline. He'll back it out to the circle. Sends it to the free throw line to Clinton. Clinton with a quick move to the hoop. Dumps it to the left corner to Jimenez. Fires a shot from the right elbow. Clinker out the back of the rim. Turbiatis gets the rebound. He's going to get that off to Soria. Off the far right and into Pena into the front court. So Turbiatis picked up his 5th rebound of the ball game. Down low to Henderson, left block. Up top to Soria for a tray fadeaway. The sophomore nails it. Soria with his first tray. That's the 3rd tray of the game for the Eagles. Their biggest lead is 9, 21-12. Clovis gets it quickly into the front court, going to the rack, and trying to get a shot foul there, but not going to get it. It's going to be on the ground. It was Cox. They call the foul on the Eagles. No free throws in this game so far. This is the 2nd quarter. That'll be the first team foul, and they charge that one to Lyric Soria, his first. Clovis basketball on the left baseline. They trail by 9. Turbiatis, Pena, Henderson, Hodge, and Soria in the ball game. Inbound to the left wing. Knocked out of Clifton Brown's hands by Hodge. Just punched at the basketball right through the fingertips of his opponent on that far left sideline. Cox will inbound for Clovis with 4 minutes left in the half. Boy, fast moving. First 2 quarters of action. Inbound to left wing to Brown. He pivots against Hodge. He's going to drive down the lane right. He's going to back away because he sees big man Henderson coming at him. One-hand pass to the right wing to Seiss. He'll throw up a J from the right baseline and nails it. Turbiatis tried to get up on him that time. A little bit too late. 21-14 though. Hobbs still by the touchdown lead here on the hardwood. Coming across the timeline is Payne on the far right wing with the dribble. He's going to take it down the middle of the paint. Fade away. It's rejected. It's pulled down on the rebound by Seiss, his 5th rebound. Cross court left to the pass to Brown. He's going to go up across the timeline as he takes on Hodge. Drives the middle of the lane, throws a high-arching shot, rejected by Henderson. Rebound, though, for the Wildcats by Cox. He's going to throw up a 3 in the left corner, off balance, air ball, and Pena pulls it down for the Eagles, his 2nd rebound. Outlet to Hodge with 3:08 remaining. He'll bring it across the timeline to behind the back dribble, and I think he got a foul call there. Clovis fans not liking it. Clifton Brown put a hip into him. That's just the first foul against Clovis as Brown gets his first. And it looked like that Hodge lost control of that behind the back dribble, so he got lucky that didn't turn into be a travel there. Inbound to Clay now, near midcourt. As he slides to the left off the dribble, defended by Brown, gives it off to Hodge, dumping it low to Henderson. Throws a shot, half sidewinder, hook in the paint, and dribbles around the rim and good. 8 points all for Henderson coming in this second quarter. Eagles have a 9-point lead. Going to the other end down the lane. Throwing a pass off Seiss to the left corner, throwing up a 3 and getting knocked to the floor. Shot comes off the iron, no good, but a foul as Luke Carpenter hits hard on his butt to the deck. He got the heck run over there by the truck Josiah Clay. That's his first, 2nd team foul. And finally, there's a free throw on this ball game, unfortunately for the purple and white. Eagles came into the contest shooting 62% from the charity stripe. Their opponents through the 21 games at 64%, so 2% better. And as I say that, it'll hex the free throw shooter. He misses off the back of the rim, Luke Carpenter. Clovis 0 for 1, Eagles 0 for 0. 20-3 to 14, a 9-point Hobbs lead, 2:43 left here in the second. Second shot is up and good. That was a 3-point shot attempt, so he gets one more after this one. Carpenter makes his second, has 4 points, tied with Clinton for team leader with 4. Right now, Henderson and Pena tied with 8 apiece. All 8 for Pena in the first quarter, all 8 for Henderson in the second. One more shot for Carpenter. Is up, and it is good. He went 2 of 3, has 5 points. 23 to 16. Hobbs by 7. Inbound to Hodge on the far right sideline. Working against a 2-1-1 trap. Gives it off to Turbiantes front court right. Returns it back to Hodge on the right side. Pass up top to Clay at the double team on him now. Extended defense. He's got some pressure problems here. Almost a 5-second count. Throws up top to Turbiantes. Backdoor to Henderson with a little touch shot over the left rim and scores. Henderson now with 10 points in this second quarter. Already doubles for him. 25-16, matching that biggest lead of 9 for the Eagles. 2:15 left before the half. Slowing down on the dribbles, Brown near the timeline. Beats Hodge across. He's at the top of the arc now in the front court for Clovis. Sends it off to the left wing to Carpenter. Up top to the big kid. That's Clinton. Over to the right wing, driving with the ball. Seiss to the right block, double team. Returns to Cox on the right side. Gets a screen from Clinton. One hands it back to the timeline to Brown. Brown with a stop and go. Crossover to the right wing. Take it on Clay. Clay right on top of the basketball. He's trying to reach for that ball. Almost a 5-second count. Coach Ross cheering him on. Unloads the Cox on the half-court line. Crossover move. Right side of the lane. Shot from the right elbow is a swish. Cox finally getting some light there with 4 points. Eagles still up by 7. 1:33 left in the half. Clay has it on the far right sideline. He'll chuck it across to Turbiantes, wide open right wing from 18 off the back of the rim. Henderson tried to get a grip on it, left block. Chased down by Hodge on the left wing. His second rebound. He'll pop a shot from the left block off a dribble, no good. Everybody trying to battle for it. Turbiantes chases it down in the right corner. Sends it back to Clay on the right wing. That's the 6th board for Turbiantes. Up top to Soria. Left corner to Hodge. Fakes a 3, decides to shoot instead, and still throws it through for 3. Unbelievable. Good fake to start it off there. Hodge with his first tray of the ball game. Eagles have 4 trays in the contest. Their biggest lead is 10, 28-18 on the road. 50 seconds remaining here in the second. Backing into his defender is Brown. Goes past Hodge after a screen from Clinton. Throws up a 3 and swishes it. A little off balance that time and makes it go through. His 6th point of the game. 2 trays for Clinton. Hobbs by 7, 28-21. Clock to 37 seconds left in the half. Hodge has it, loses up the dribble, throws it across to Soria on the left side. Over to Turbiantes left wing, alley-oop backdoor. Henderson comes down, goes back up, misses the shot, gets his own rebound, shoots again in the paint, runs around the rim and good. Henderson's not going down easy. He's got 12 points and 2 rebounds. And now we got a problem out there. The referees might have got a tech. We'll have to wait and see what they got here. Maybe a foul, though. Yep, tech's been called. That'll be the Eagles' 3rd team foul. They call that one against Henderson. I think he had some words after he got up high with the bucket, said something to one of the Clovis players, a little hazing going on there. And that'll be Cox on the line. to shoot the tech. 2 free throws here for the Wildcats. They are 2 of 3, all coming at the hands of Carpenter, but this is Cox. His first shot is a swish. So Cox now with 5 points. He'll get 1 more free throw. Brown's still the leader at 6. 5 for Cox. He could tie it up and does with his, not tie up the score, but tie up the leading numbers. Cox and Brown both with 6. That'll also give Clovis the basketball. They're still trailing by 7, though, 23-30. Eagles have the lead with 21.7 left in the half. Inbound to the backcourt to Brown. He'll take on Hodge at the timeline. Crossover move to the left wing. Hands it off to Cox. Cox comes up top, back it into Hodge, and back to the timeline. Dribbling through his legs, trying to get Hodge out there with him, and he does so. Screen coming from Clinton. Sends it a long one down to the left corner to Brown. Fires a 3 air ball. Tipped underneath the baseline and knocked out of bounds. Looks like it goes off the hand of an Eagle, maybe. Clay got a piece of it. Trying to reach out with his hands in the free throw area, and it couldn't get the pull down he wanted. Clovis will have the ball on the left baseline, trailing by 7 with .5. It has to be a quick shot. Backdoor. It's stolen by Turbiatis, and that will end the first half of action. That will be the 8th turnover, thanks to Turbiatis and the Hobbs Eagle defense. You're scoring a very fast-moving half going into it now. It's Hobbs 30, Clovis 23. We're back in 3 minutes live with the Hobbs Eagle halftime show on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. We're back live at Rock Stoppers Gym here in Clovis, New Mexico. Your Hobbs Eagles lead 30-23. In that second quarter of action, the Eagles outscoring Clovis 20-13, thus the 7-point lead. They were tied at 10 at the end of the first quarter. So Hobbs really starting to get some good scoring from Parker Henderson. Eagles starting to get him posted up down low. a couple of alley-oop dunks that he's got. He did get a tech after one scoring play, but that calmed him down just a bit. But again, all 12 of his points in the second quarter. Let's look at Clovis's numbers first, though, as a team. Nobody yet in the double digits. Clifton Brown has 2 trays, though. He's got 6 points. Jaden Cox has 6 points, and 4 of those coming in the second quarter. He's 2 for 2 on the line, has 4 rebounds. Luke Carpenter with 5 points, went 2 for 3 from the line, and also a tray to his name. Michael Clinton, their big post player, finishing up with 4 points on a couple of baskets. Clovis went 4 of 5 from the charity stripe for 80%. They did out-rebound the Eagles 17-15, a big lead in the first quarter. Hobbs started to come back with some boards in the second to get a little bit closer on that one. There have been more turnovers for Clovis. They've had 8 compared to 4, so doubling up the Eagles, and have converted on 3 3-pointers, the 2 from Brown and 1 from Luke Carpenter. And they also had one other score, too. J.J. Sice, he had a bucket for 2, and also is the leading rebounder with 5 in the first half. And for your Hobbs Eagles, already mentioned the leading scorer. That's Henderson, all 12 of his points in the second. He has 2 boards as well. Abraham Payne with 8 points, all coming in the first quarter. 2 trays, another bucket, and 2 rebounds. Amari McGahey and Peyton Hodge both hit a tray apiece for 3. Hodge with 2 rebounds. Javen Hernandez getting some early time in this one. He had a bucket for 2 and 3 rebounds. And J-Iris Turbiatis leads the team in rebounding right now with 6 like he does throughout the season and has 1 basket for 2 points. Eagles had a total of 6 scores in the first half. Did not get 1 free throw opportunity in the first 2 quarters of action. They had 3 3-pointers, again 2 for Pena and 1 for Soria, and had those 15 rebounds compared to 17 for Clovis. And again, Turbiatis is the leader in that category. Hobbs with those 4 turnovers, 4 less than Clovis. So once again, your halftime score, Hobbs 30, Clovis 23. We'll take a quick 2-minute break and come back, or make it 3 minutes. We'll be back live here at Rock Stubbs Gym in Clovis. Welcome back to live action here at Rock Stubbs Gym in Clovis. Your Hobbs Eagles lead at the half, 30-23. Last year, the Eagles won a close one at Task Arena to start against Clovis, 68-67. Braylon Vega had 17 with 3 3-pointers. Henderson 13, Pena 15. 9 trays for the Eagles in that contest. And Clovis getting Cox with 17 and Seiss with 12. Those 2 returners for this year's team. Eagles lost game 2, though, away here in Clovis, 65-62, a 3-point loss. Vega hit 3 3-pointers for 20 points. Pena 18 points and 3 trays. Turbiatas had 8 points in a tray, and Henderson with 8 points. The steal on the first inbound, and there goes Pena. Thought about a dunk, lays it up instead. Eagles have their first points of the second half after a turnover. Pena now with 10 points. Clovis quickly into the front court. It's 32-23, back to a 9-point lead. That was the night turnover for the purple and white. Ball up top to Cox, drives the right elbow, backs it out against Beatty at the top of the circle, lost the ball. It's picked up by teammate Brown on the right wing, dribbles in the corner. He pivots 360, throws up a runner shot underneath the hoop, no good. Turbiatas with the rebound for the Eagles. That is his 7th of the ball game. Sends it to Hobbs as he comes across the timeline to the near right. Hobbs setting up the offense, up by 9. Cross court left to Pena, fakes it 3, goes to the baseline. Throw it back to Beatty, far outside left, cross court right to Hodge. He's going to spot up an NBA 3 off the back of the rim. Pulled down for Clovis by the big kid, that's Cheat Clinton, his 3rd board. Gives it off to Brown on the far right. He'll dribble across the timeline. Comes down the lane. Wraparound pass in the paint is loose and booted out of bounds by Clovis. They're going to give it back to the Wildcats. It looked like Seiss had booted it right to the Clovis bench. But they're going to give it to the Wildcats in their front court on the left side. 9-point Eagle lead. Biggest of the game. They were tied at 10 at the end of the one. Inbound to the right elbow to Brown. Pivots, kick out right wing. Thread on the way for Carpenter off the side of the rim left. Pena gets a rebound for the Eagles. That's his 3rd. Quick dribble up the near sideline. He'll take it down the lane. Reverse layup on the right with a scoop and scores. Pena now starting to light it up. He's got 12-4 here in the 3rd quarter. 34-23. The biggest lead is now 11 for the Eagles. Coming across the timeline is Cox. Shot from the right wing, off the dribble, in and out, no good. Tipped up by Clinton, comes off the iron. Turbiatas pulls it down for the Eagles underneath. That'll be his 8th rebound. He gets fouled as he tried to throw the washing machine elbows around a little bit. And that's going to be called against Michael Clinton, his 2nd personal. No fouls in the 2nd quarter, now just 1 here in the 3rd for Clovis. Pass up court, shot for Beatty on the right side, in and out, no good. Turbiatas goes up on the left glass, can't get it to drop, goes up again a 2nd time, and is fouled, count the basket. 2nd opportunity for Turbiatas. He's got 4 points and 9 rebounds. Actually make that 10 now with the 2 there. And Turbiatas going to shoot the first free throw of the ball game for the Eagles. He comes in shooting at 48%. And a sub coming in for Clovis. Checking on the court is Roddy Cabledew. So here goes Turbiatas, first free throw attempt of the game for the Eagles. He's got 4 points and now make it, it was going to be 5. It came off the front of the rim, no good. Pulled down underneath the hoop for Clovis and quickly across the timeline. A pass from Cabledew, that was his first rebound. Sends it to the right wing, throwing his elbows for Clovis. Was Carpenter, cross court left to Cox, throws up an air ball on the 3 left side. Rebound for Turbiatas. He continues his double-digit rebounding at 11, and here comes Pena after the pass off. Comes down the lane, goes to the rack quickly, and drives to the right side and lays it in for 2. Pena with 6 points in the 3rd, 14 overall, and a timeout of the court for Clovis. Wildcats don't like the score that they're sitting on the board right now. Hobbs up by 15, 38-23, their biggest lead of the contest. 6 points for Pena here in the 3rd quarter, 14 overall. As we'll go to a 30-second break, come back with more Hobbs Eagle Hoops on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Clear.
Abraham Pena has 6 points here in the third quarter. Did not score in the second, but started off the game with 8 after a couple of trays. So he's got 14 to lead the Eagles. Parker Henderson getting all 12 of his points in the second quarter. Jairus Turbiatas with 4 and Javen Hernandez with 2. Soria and Hodge both got a tray in the first half for 3 apiece. Eagles with 6 scorers in this game and 5 for Clovis. 6 apiece for Brown and Cox, the leaders for the purple and white. Wildcats after their timeout, the inbound of the backcourt. Given off to Brown. He'll take on Beatty through the time stripe. Double team with Pena. Unloads the basketball to the right wing. Connects with Carpenter. He'll hold it for a second. Pivots out of the pressure. Sends it back to the right side to Brown. Dump it to the right corner to Carpenter. Fires a 3 and nails it. Carpenter has 8 points, 2 trays. The 4th three-pointer for Clovis in the ball game. First in the second half. 38-26, a 12-point lead. High pass to Beatty on the near side. Still in the trap in the backcourt. He's going to have to chuck it far left in the front court to Pena. Drives to the free throw line, fakes a shot, gets a double team in the paint, and gives it off to Hodge on the left wing. Eagles setting up the offense patiently. Coach Ross wants to see rotation underneath. Back deep to Pena at the timeline. To Beatty right wing. To Turbiatas right baseline. 15-footer. Bounce to the rim a couple of times, 3 times. Henderson tries to tip it in, and he gets fouled. Came off the left side of the rim. Kind of flat-handed at that time. Or did they call that on Henderson? No, they did call the foul there. That's his second. First foul in the third quarter for the Eagles, so 2 on Henderson. And now Hobbs going to put on that 1-2-1-1 trap. Henderson near the timeline. He's the deepest man on the safety valve. Coleman's going to go with the 1-2-2 in terms of the trap breaker. High inbound to the far right sideline. Gets knocked out as Beatty taking on 2 Clovis offensive players. He goes up volleyball style and just tips it out of bounds on the far right sideline near the time stripe. Eagles playing some aggressive defense. They have caused 9 turnovers for Clovis in this ball game. Now Coach Ross going to go to his bench and bring in Clay as he checks in for Turbiatas. 38-26, Eagles by 12 with 4:52 left here in the third. Cox will inbound quickly to the right corner. Man wide open. Eagles let him go all the way to the baseline, left right side to the hole. As Sice puts it in for 2, he's got 4 points. Miscommunication for the Eagles on that one. Coming across the timeline is Hodge after a pass down the lane. Fumbles the basketball off his knee. Chased down by Clay in the right corner. Jab step. Back deep to Pena, top of the circle. Fakes a pass left. Dribbling through his legs. Thought about a 3, decides against it. And gives off to Clay right wing instead. Crossover move down the free throw line. Fade away J and good for Clay. The J for Clay, his first bucket of the ball game. 40-28, Eagles by 12. Still the trap coming for Hodge and Payne in the backcourt with the dribble now Brown. Brown will throw it across to the left wing front court to Carpenter. Carpenter trying to cross over, gets good D from Clay. Pass up top to Cox, spots up a tray off the back of the rim. Chased down by Hodge in transition. He's going to throw it ahead, and a layup on the left side of the rim by Pena. Hodge getting out ahead quickly for the Eagles. His third rebound. Pena now has 16 points, 8 here in the third quarter. Eagles by 14. Not quite their biggest lead of the game. They've had 15 here in the third quarter. With the ball in the hands now of Brown in the front court. Hodge will pick him up. He'll dribble down the left side of the lane. Tries to scoop over the rim. No good. There's a battle for the ball. It goes out on the baseline. Touched by Clovis. I think Henderson might have got away with a foul, chopping down on that one. You got to be careful with the 2 fouls. Coach Ross going to have a talk with him and sends in Soria. Oh, I thought it looked like Henderson was running to the bench there. He stays in the game. So Soria does come in, stay with Clay, Henderson, Hodge, and Pena. The Eagles will have to face a 2-2-1 trap now for those guys in the backcourt for Clovis against the Eagles breaker. Inbound to Payne in the far left. Sends it back to Hodge, back deep. Back to Payne on the far left side. Yo-yo passing game. Again to Hodge. Hodge takes a step and got away with the travel before dribbling. He got lucky on that one. Finds Surrey on the right wing. Tries it for 3. Got blocked in the air. And taken down for Clovis by Javier Jimenez. Gets it into the front court. Driving the left lane with a scoop shot high. Looks like Henderson tries to step over. Trying to help out his teammate Clay that time. And Henderson was swatting flies. And he rammed on top of a couple of guys. He also got hit in the right ear, it looks like. And looks like they're not going to call him on the foul, though. That's going to go against Clay instead. Clay got beat to the rack that time, and Henderson tried to help him out. Second on Clay. That'll be the second team foul on the Eagles. On the line will be Clifton Brown. Clovis was 4 for 5 at the line at half, 80%. Eagles had not shot a free throw through 2 quarters of play. Misses off the back of the rim. He's hit 2 trays earlier in the game, but nothing since then. 3:14 left here in the third. Hobbs up by 14. One more shot for Brown. Is up, and it is a swish. Brown now with 7 points. He's 1 of 2 from the line. 42-29. Inbound to Soria, far left. Over to Pena near right side to the half-court line to Clay. He'll bring it across to the left wing. Fakes a 15-footer. He's pivoting. Finds Soria left wing, dribbling behind his back. Back to Clay on the left wing. Fakes a 3, drives baseline into the lane. Fadeaway jumper rolling around the rim, no good. Turbiatis goes up with a hook shot, misses. Chases his own rebound. Gets underneath the hoop with the reverse, misses again. And then it's tipped up on a scoop shot by Clay. Eagles with more than one effort there. Turbiatis now has a total of 14 rebounds. And now we got a foul near the timeline as Soria trying to take on 2 or 3 Wildcats. And he'll get the foul. That'll be Soria's second personal, third team foul. Hobbs up. Oh, they just cleared the scoreboard. Now it's back on, 44-29. Eagles have matched their biggest lead at 15. 2:40 left here in the third. Inbound to Cox, drives the lane left side. High-arching shot off the left glass in the rim and count it. As Cox gets himself back in the scoreboard. Cox now with 8 points. And now going to apply some pressure against the Eagles in the trap. Send it down right corner to Clay for 3 and nothing but net. Josiah Clay now. 7 points all coming in the third quarter. Eagles up by 16, their biggest lead of the game. Going to the other end, Cox. He's going to bump into Clay on the right block. Throws it down the lane to Javier Jimenez. Behind the back pass to the layup. Going up on the left side and scoring is Michael Clinton. Back the other way we go quickly. Clinton with 6 points as Pena drives the rack. He tries to clink it over the right rim and gets knocked to the floor. No call, and it'll go out of bounds. Pena was trying to save it, but he's already on his butt on that right baseline. If he would have touched the ball anyway, it would have been out of bounds. Well, that's a beautiful pass at the other end for Clovis' Javier Jimenez behind the back. Pass deep down the other way to Cox. Double clutch on the right side and lays it in for 2. Cox now with 10 points, 4 coming in this third quarter. 47-35, Eagles by 12. Here comes the track meet. And here comes Clay trying to go through 2 defenders right side of the lane. He gets bodied up, and they call the foul. Trying to split the difference that time. See, both teams are starting to chase it up the court. They call the foul on Javier Jimenez. That's his first, second team foul here in the third quarter. Or correction, 4th team foul. Well, they keep losing the scoreboard. It blanks out every few seconds here. As a sub coming in for Clovis, that is Luke Carpenter, as he checks in for Jaden Tapia. Eagle ball on the right baseline. Soria to inbound. Goes up to Turbiatis. Fadeaway jumper right block, no good. Cox gets the rebound with his 5th for Clovis. He throws it across the timeline to the right wing to Brown. Keeps it right side to Carpenter. Back deep to Brown near the time stripe. He goes against Hodge to the right elbow at the dribble. Continues down. Does a little reverse layup right side, no good. Hodge gets a rebound for the Eagles, his 4th. He'll take the dribble himself near the timeline and slow it down with 1:24 left, third quarter. Eagles by 12. Back deep to Clay at the half-court line to Pena left wing. Down low to Turbiatis. Reverse layup underneath the hoop from left to right. Turbiatis has 6 points. It's 49-35. 14-point lead for the Eagles. 1:06 remaining here in the third. Cox again spinning in the lane for Clovis. Lost the ball, picked up on the left block by Clinton. Turnaround jumper off the left rim, no good. Turbiatis is going to sling it forward for the Eagles. And leading and shooting from the right block is Pena. He got ran into and the foul. So Turbiatis starting to rip down the rebounds. He's got 14, and it'll give Pena a chance. I don't know if they're going to let him shoot or not on this. And nope, they're going to say he just got bumped out of bounds. They call the foul, though, as that's going to go against Brown, his 2nd. Should be the 15th foul. They're not checking the foul board here. It says 5, and they're not letting the Eagles shoot for some reason. Inbound to Hodge in the left corner for 3 off the side of the rim. Henderson goes back up, can't get the drop a second time, misses at point-blank range. And then finally a rebound for Clovis to get it away from the big kid. And then a foul in the backcourt is getting flattened on the far right sideline. Brown off the dribble. Henderson with 4 boards, 2 on that play as they get the foul on the Eagles. And that will be Hodge's 3rd, 4th team foul. They have 5 fouls on the scoreboard for Clovis. They did not shoot after that last play by Pena. Coach Ross is talking to the official right now and wanting to know why the scoreboard says 5 fouls. That is a correctable error. And maybe they just put an extra one on there. 3-point shot for Cox at the top of the arc as the Eagles caught sleeping on that one. He's got 13. 7 here in the third quarter. A 11-point lead, though, still for the Eagles by double digits at 24 seconds left. Sorry, with the runner shot in the lane. Henderson goes up with one hand, is fouled on the right block. Comes off the rim, but he'll get a chance for free throws. And then we look like he might have a technical against Clovis here. But to wait and see what they got on this one. Henderson now with 5 rebounds. They got a technical foul. Running his mouth was Javier Jimenez, his second personal. That will be the 6th team foul. Had 5 up there already. I'm not sure why they didn't give them the double bonus when Pena went to the rack that last series. Hodge is at the free throw line to shoot the technical foul situation here. Clovis fans booing loudly. They thought Javier Jimenez got a cheap one there. So Hodge will get the 2 free throws, 49-38. Biggest lead again been 16 here in this third quarter. Right now at 11. So a little run here for Clovis. 21 seconds left here in the third. Now they're going to switch free throw shooters and bring in, they're going to bring in first, they're going to get the 2 shots for Henderson on the foul on the rebound, and then they'll bring in the tech throws. So Henderson will get 2. All 12 of his points coming in the second quarter off buckets, and now a free throw good for him. He's got 13. Henderson came in shooting 62% this season. So that one there will help his numbers out. He's got 13 points, 1 more free throw for Henderson, and then we'll have 2 techs. Second shot is up, and it is off the front of the rim, no good. Eagles on the line now are 1 of 3 for 33%. And instead of a Hodge going to the line, they're going to bring in Soria for the techs. So the sophomore Lyric Soria, he's shooting 50% this season, 8 of 16. As he steps up to the stripe, he was perfect 1 for 1 against Roswell on Tuesday and nails the first free throw there. Soria now at 4 points. Extend the lead to 13. He'll get 1 more to make it 14. There goes the scoreboard again, blanking out here at Rockstaba's gym. Haunted Ghost in the building. Second shot for Soria, bounces around the rim and comes off the front, no good. He missed 1 of 2 there. Hobbs basketball at the time stripe. They're going to have to deal with the scoreboard now because, like I said, it's blank. So that'll take a little bit of time to get that fixed. It's been shortened all this second half for some reason. Looks like the possession arrow is working, but the scoreboard is not. We'll take a 30-second break as your Hobbs Eagles leading by double digits, 13 here at Rockstaba's gym. You're listening live to Hobbs Eagle Hoops on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Still have a scoreboard malfunction here. Nothing on the scoreboard at this point. It's been kind of blinking off and on here in this third quarter. They're underneath the table right now dealing with it. Looking at the point production at this point for the Eagles. 16 for Abraham Pena, 8 in this third quarter. 13 for Parker Henderson, the 2 leading scorers. Josiah Clay has all 7 of his points in this third quarter, including a tray. 6 for Turbiatis, 4 for Soria, 3 for Peyton Hodge, and Javen Hernandez with the bucket for 2. Scoreboard is back on now. I better write this score down before I forget it. 51-38. Eagle basketball. In the front court, Hodge will sling it over to the right side to Clay. Clock down to 14. To the right wing, stop and go. Dribbles through his legs to the baseline. Double team, fade away, 18-footer off the side of the rim. Henderson with the rebound on the right block. Throws up an errant shot at the back of the rim. And then we got a foul. That's his 6th rebound, but the touch just ain't there yet. He continues to try to put it over the rim. And battling hard, but unfortunately that time there's a foul after the rebound. That's going to be against the Eagles. J. Iris Turbiatis, his first. That'll be the 15th foul. Both teams in the double bonus for the rest of this third quarter, which is only 4.6 seconds remaining, and the Eagles up by 13. We switch to the other end of the court, and that will bring up Cox. Jaden Cox is 2 for 2. He's got 13 thanks to 7 here in this third quarter. but a big deficit to make up for the Wildcats. Nails the first free throw, though, does Cox. Clovis has been on the line 8 times, converted 6 of those for 75%. Eagles, on the other hand, are currently sitting at 2 for 5 for 40%. Second shot for Cox, a swish. He got them both. He's got 15 to lead the Wildcats. It's 51-40. And a foul as Cox completely knocks the Florida Pena, flattens him on his back, and Cox knew he made a mistake there, goes in quickly, pulls Pena off the floor like those old Roadrunner and Coyote cartoons. Got him an accordion on the floor that time. Cox just lost his balance and ran over the top of Pena and flattened him on the hardwood there. Pena will go up to the stripe to the other end for the double bonus. Probably should have had one earlier in the third quarter. They had 5 fouls on the board. Pena comes in shooting 82% to lead the team and nails the first one. Hobbs came into the game at 62% as a squad. So Pena adds to his points. He's got 9 in this third quarter, 17 overall. And the second one bouncing around and good as well. So 18 points for Pena, 10 of those in this third. And Hobbs back up by a 13-point margin, 53-40. Clovis have the last shot with 3.7 left in the third. Eagles going to match up man-to-man. They'll chuck it to half court. Brown will go up for it. Lost it on his shoulder with 2 seconds. Front court, 3-shot at the buzzer, left side. He misses off the rim, but up in the air is Henderson, the 7-footer like a tree, comes over the top of him and knocks him to the ground. I probably missed that on the camera there. Apologize for that, but still got slaughtered as he had threw up the shot, and that's going to be 3 free throws for Brown to end the quarter. He was way too far up in the air that time. Probably just should have stayed flat-footed and put his hands up. First free throw up and good for Brown. He's 2 for 3 now from the line. He gets 2 more, though. That will run out the clock as well here in the third quarter. Second shot for Brown is good, a swish. He's made his last 3 here in the third, has 9 points. Going to go to double digits with the next one. Down to a 11-point lead for Hobbs. Could be 10 here with this last free throw attempt. Is up and bounced to the rim and good. 10 points for Brown. Your score at the end of 3. Hobbs 53, Clovis 43. Coming back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Ready for fourth quarter action here in Clovis. Your Hobbs Eagles up by 10, 53-43. Clovis top scorers, Jaden Cox 15, 10 for Clifton Brown, 8 for Carpenter. And for your Hobbs Eagles leading with 13, or make it 18, Abraham Pena. Henderson with 13. And 7 for Josiah Clay. Eagles basketball to start the fourth. Pena hands off up top to Clay. Clay comes around the left side, hand off to Pena. Now to the right side, hand off to Pena. He slides to the left, shots for 3 off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound underneath the hoop for Clovis by Brown, his third board. Here come the Wildcats, throwing across the timeline to the left wing to Jimenez. To the left corner for Cox and a tray. He drills it through the hole on a swish. Cox with 18 points, 5 trays for Clovis, 53-46, a 7-point game. Pass it come across the timeline. Here comes Hobbs to the free throw line. Throws it down to the right corner to Beatty for 3, no good. Put up by Turbiatis underneath, little finger roll. Can't get it to drop. It'll go out of bounds. Coach Ross off the bench. He wants the tip out. That's the 15th rebound for Turbiatis and 6 points. 53-46. The ball deep in the backcourt to Jimenez. He's going to take on Beatty one-on-one up the far right sideline. Comes across the time stripe into the front court. Bounces into Beatty. Lost the ball. Beatty got a piece of it. Picked up at the time stripe by Brown. Brown will pivot against Hodge. Picked up by Clay. Gives it to Cox on the near left. He'll take his time now. Slings it back up top to Brown. Brown pivots against Hodge. Waiting for help, 360 all the way now. He's going to drive to the free throw line, extend down the lane, reverse layup right and scores. Brown has 12 points. 53-48, a 5-point ball game. 5 points have been scored for Clovis, 5-0 run, and we got a body flopping on the ground. Eagles get knocked to the floor. Or actually, no, it was a Clovis Wildcat knocked to the floor. Clifton Brown gets the foul call. Or did they call that on Hobbs? We got a delay here. Referees talking to both sidelines. Looks like Coach Ross called a timeout. It looked like they should have gotten Brown on that one. They haven't put the number up yet. If that is Brown, that'll be his third personal. First team foul here in the fourth. We'll take a quick break. 6:41 remaining here in the fourth. Your Hobbs Eagles up by just 5 now. 53-48 over Clovis. Come back with us on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Back live here in Rockstamus Gym. The shot from the inside of the lane after the timeout for Pena, no good. Pulled down the paint and pivoting is Clifton Brown. Got converged on by a couple different angles there for the Eagles. They call the reach foul. Charge out to Abraham Pena, his second. First team foul for the Eagles here in the second, or fourth quarter, I should say. And that will be Clovis basketball on the far right sideline. Got some subs coming in now. Clovis will check in number 44. It was not on the book that I was given to see. I don't know who that guy is. I think it's Roddy Cabledew, it looks like, so he'll be on the court now. Inbound back deep for Clovis. Breaking the press is Brown now in the front court as he takes on Beatty to the free throw line. Tipped out by Beatty from behind on the steal. Clovis with their 10th turnover. Picked up by Henderson as he gives it off to Hodge as he tries to drive to the middle of the court. He gets hit in the back, and they call the foul on Clovis. Eagle basketball now in their front court, as that one will be charged to Jaden Tapia, his second team foul against Clovis. They're going to actually move it back to the backcourt now. Far left sideline, inbound to Pena. He'll go one-on-one against Brown through the time stripe, setting up the offense. Beatty will come get it from the left wing. Dumps it down low, tried to, his pass got deflected right back to Beatty left side. He goes to the rack, it's stripped up in the air, taken away by Jaden Tapia. Quickly to the transition. He'll shoot up a three from the right wing off the back of the rim. Loose at the free throw line, rebound by Jimenez, his fourth. Kick out to the right, three on the way for Brown, it's no good. And there's Turbiatis underneath the hoop for his 16th rebound. Eagles up by 5, up to Pena on the far left in the front court. Stop and go dribble. Goes to the rack, double clutch with one hand, and is fouled. Ball bounced off the back of the rim, but he'll get 2 free throws on this one. And boy, Pena wanted that one bad. Screaming loudly as it came off the iron. That will be the third team foul on Clovis. And they're going to call that against Jimenez, his fourth personal, as they put Pena on the line. Eagles 4 of 7 from the charity stripe. Pena 2 for 2, has 18 points, make it 19, his first point in the fourth quarter. Eagles now 5 of 8. Clovis has another sub coming in by one of their guards. That is Kaiden Everett. As he checks into the paint. Jaden Tapia still out there. Also back in is Luke Carpenter. Second shot for Pena, a little fadeaway look that time. He's got another free throw, 4 for 4 and 20 points. 55-48, a little bit more cushion there, 7. Inbound comes to the far right to Tapia. He'll take the dribble up the far sideline. He stepped out of bounds. Pena was with him hip to hip that time. They call him out for the turnover. So that's number 11 for Clovis. Double-digit turnovers now here in this ball game, and the Eagles have a 7-point lead. Like to get this up to double digits if possible. 5:35 remaining here in the fourth. The Eagles trying to go 2-0 in district. Clovis at 0-1. Payne wants some help here as he dribbles to the right side in front of Coach Ross. Back to the top of the arc. Again with Henderson giving screens. Pass down low to Turbiatis, got blocked. Chased down by Clovis, and quickly in the front court with the dribble on the crossover is Everett. He gets fouled from behind. They call a push in the back. They'll call that against Turbiatis. He was mad that he got his shot blocked at the other end. His second personal, second team foul. It'll be Clovis ball on the near left sideline in front of the Clovis bench. Inbounding will be Cox as Beatty will try to swat the inbound. Throws it to the backcourt to Brown. Brown will take on Hodge. Bams into Hodge, no call. Hodge got knocked back a few steps to Cox to the timeline. Clock to 5:10 remaining in the game. Eagles by 7. Hard dribble to the left wing. He'll spot up a 3 on the fadeaway. Falls down. He flopped. No call. It's an air ball pulled down by Henderson underneath. That's his 8th or 7th rebound. Gives it off to Pena, dribbles across the timeline to the right corner. In front of the Hobbs Eagle bench, screen from Henderson. Lefty dribble, gets it knocked out of his hands momentarily. Comes to the free throw line, fakes a shot, goes backdoor to Henderson. Lays it in for 2 on the right glass. Going up strong that time. 15 for Henderson. And looks like we've got a Clovis timeout of the court. Eagles back up by 9, 57-48 with 4:43 left here in the fourth. We'll take a quick breather, 30 seconds, and we're back live on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube, Cole 95.7, and the Facebook page. Let's make that a 60-second timeout on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Trap pressure for the Eagles. A pass to the timeline, barely brought down by Michael Clinton as they get it across for Clovis. Pass to the left corner to Brown. D'd up by Hodge, returns it back deep to Cox on the near left side. Eagles by 9 with 4:30 remaining in the game. Good D by Beatty, gets around the screen, throws it up to the free throw line to Clinton. It's taken away by Hodge. He'll drive it hard to the rack right side, lays it in for 2. Hodge gets the 12th turnover on Clovis, and they're quickly back to the other end. 5 points for Hodge. Into the front court, to the left elbow. Fumbling the basketball, picking it back up is Everett. Sends it to the left corner, and a 3 on the way. Put it through the hole for Carpenter. He's got 11 points. That's his 3rd tray of the ball game. 59-51 at the other end. Turbiatis left wing, up top to Pena. NBA 3 and nothing but net. Big answer there for Pena. He's got 23 in his 3rd tray of the ball game. 62-51. Eagles by 11. 3:50 remaining. Long pass down court to the left elbow. Getting the ball and putting it down low. Carpenter throws it down to the big man, Clinton, with a turnaround jumper in the paint, puts it through. That's Clinton now with 8 points. 62-53, a 9-point lead for the Eagles. Hodge will throw it high across the timeline to Turbiatis left wing. Back to Pena, same side. He wants it clear out. He'll take a few dribbles. He'll spot up a tray, and he's going to hit this one out the back of the rim, but it's tipped out by Clovis. Couple of Wildcats both getting it. Now they're going to give it to the Wildcats. There was 2 guys on top of the ball on the baseline, Carpenter and Everett, and there is no way that could be Hobbs or Clovis basketball. Coach Ross was not a happy camper on that one. There is no way. They had blocked out the Eagles on that one and tipped the ball. Inbound to Brown on the far right side. He's going to throw it to the timeline and bring it across. Here's Jimenez to Cox in the right corner. Fade away from 18, air ball. They're going to say Beatty ran him over though. They call the foul. Beatty had a good initial defense, but then kind of lost his balance and fell into him. So Beatty will pick up the foul. That's his first. That'll be the 3rd team foul on the Eagles. We'll put Cox on the line. Cox is perfect, 4 for 4, has 18 points. As a team, Clovis 10 of 12 from the charity stripe. Only missed 2 free throws in this game. Cox's first free throw is up and bouncing off the front of the rim, no good. You can hear the chants of "Ball don't lie" from some of the Hobbs Eagle fans in the crowd. That's his first miss of the game, 4 for 5 now as Cox trying to get the game down to an 8-point deficit for the Wildcats on their home court. One more shot coming for Jaden Cox. Takes his time here, bend the knees, and throws it through. He's got 19 now. It's now 62-54. Hobbs by 8 here in the fourth quarter. Trap pressure going on now as Pena gets a pass near side, throws it across to Beatty on the right wing. Front court, one hands it back deep to Pena. He wants everybody to get set up. Clovis matching up now. Pena dribbling through his legs, gets to Hodge on the right side. In front of Coach Ross on the near right bench area. Doesn't use the screen from Henderson, drives baseline, wraparound pass, backdoor to Turbiantis, misses the tomahawk jam, and the rebound going the other direction. Taken by Brown, gets into the front court to Carpenter. That was Brown's 5th rebound. Back to Brown behind him on the left side and nails a tray. He's got 15. That's the 3rd tray for Clinton Brown. It's a 5-point ball game with 2:28 remaining. Hobbs up 62-57. In the front court, Payne on the right wing. He calls, actually Coach Ross calls a timeout right behind him on the near right sideline at the bench. So a big tray converted by Brown. He had 2 in the first half and now 1 in the fourth quarter. 15 points for Brown. Jaden Cox with 19. And for your Hobbs Eagles, the leader currently is Abraham Pena with 23. Parker Henderson with 15. He's getting close to a double-double with 7 rebounds. And we'll keep it right here. Full time out of the court. Coach Ross wants to talk some offensive strategy. Definitely don't want to tank away threes and give him long rebounds to Clovis. So they just want to get it inside, maybe get a chance for some free throw shots. Both teams with 3 fouls apiece. Hobbs is 6 of 9 from the charity stripe, have not shot a free throw here in the fourth quarter. Actually, they have. Pena's made a couple. He is perfect, 4 for 4, so I'm sure Clovis will try to stay away from him unless he tries to go outside with a tray shot. Parker Henderson 1 of 2 from the line. Soria, who's not been in for a while, 1 of 2. And J. Iris Turbiantis 0 for 1, your free throw shooters so far. Clifton Brown has gone 4 for 5 from the line for Clovis. Carpenter 2 for 3. Jaden Cox, almost perfect. He is 5 of 6. So that's 3 players shooting free throws tonight for Clovis. Clovis has had 12 turnovers. Eagles just 4. They've been playing some pretty clean basketball, but they're going to have to get a good offensive set here to try to extend their lead from 5. 2:20 left, the inbound of the backcourt. Extended 2-3 zone for Clovis. Pena throws the left wing to Hodge. Defender comes out on him is Brown at the timeline off the dribble to Pena on the right wing. Back to Hodge. Trying to move the zone a little bit. Clock to 2:10. Touch pass to Pena right wing. Ross wants to see rotation in the paint. Dribbles up top, finds Hodge left wing, crossover move, free throw line, back to Pena, fires the 3 from the right, fade away, off the bottom of the backboard, loose in the paint, Soria's gonna come up with it, a scramble and a tie up in the paint. Big battle on the floor with Luke Carpenter and Soria just scrambling for the basketball. Egg yolk is flying everywhere after that one. And the jump ball arrow, unfortunately, is gonna go to Clovis, and that will be a turnover because Soria did have possession momentarily. He will get a rebound for that. Just could not get a good clean pass with all that traffic on top of them. They were both on the ground scrambling for it. Full court pressure D, the inbound to the timeline. It's caught by the big boy, Clinton. He'll send it back deep to Brown. Brown's going to take on Hodge across the timeline with 1:45 remaining. Eagles by 5. Crossover move to the right wing. Backing into Hodge. Continues his dribble to the right baseline. Kick out right corner to Jimenez. Jimenez lost the ball, got blocked by Pena. Got it back and gave it out to Brown. He'll drive right baseline with a head fake and a fadeaway. They're calling an offensive foul. Little forearm push by Clifton Brown. Thought they were going to get him on a travel, but they'll take the foul instead. 4th on Brown. That'll be the 4th team foul. Eagles are 1 away from the double bonus. Very good news there. Up by 5 with 1:33 left here in the 4th. A 1-2-2-1 in terms of the trap. Bad pass for Pena from the left wing. Throws it right to the Clovis bench on the far right sideline. A cross-court pass. Soria tried to track it down. Couldn't come to it. And the Eagles just picking up their 5th turnover of the game, but a very costly one there with just a 5-point lead. Clovis basketball in their front court, near left sideline in front of the Clovis bench. Inbounding will be Jimenez. Throws it back deep to Cox, guarded by Beatty, to the top of the arc, dribbling behind his back. Stop and go, crossover, gets a screen from Clayton, it's stripped. Pena's gonna go the other way with it, lays it in, it gets hammered, no call. Beatty tries to rebound, it's knocked out of bounds from behind. Boy, Pena got clobbered on a dunk attempt, no call. That will be Beatty's rebound, but they'll go out of bounds. It'll be Hobbs basketball on the left baseline. Boy, the fans are reacting very big to the blocked shot, but it's still Hobbs basketball. Cannot believe Payton did not get free throws on that one. Inbounding will be Hodge on the left baseline. Gets it in the left corner. 3 on the way, and a swisher for Pena. Big tray. Wonderful shot for Pena. He's got 2 trays in the fourth quarter and 26 points. Eagles by 8 with 1:05 remaining. In the front court, driving to the left corner, pass to Cox. He's going to throw up a 3 off the back of the rim, loose at the free throw line. Javen Hernandez diving on the court. He's getting tied up. We'll see if they're going to call this a jump or a timeout here. Hernandez gets the rebound on that one, his 4th. We got a lot of trash talk going on for both teams. I believe they got the jump ball first. It's Hobbs basketball, luckily in the backcourt, in front of the Clovis bench. Not the place you want to try to inbound with the guys screaming in your back. That'll be Soria to inbound. Near right sideline. Pena's getting held, and holding onto his leg as he did a do-si-do was Clifton Brown, and kind of overemphasized that he was being tripped there was Pena. Good Academy award on that one, but he did get the foul regardless. And that's going to, even more importantly, foul out Clifton Brown. Brown was smiling about the foul he just did. Not a smart move for him. He just leaving the game on a DQ now. Hodge is starting to point at the scoreboard and towards the Clovis bench. You don't want to start getting in trouble with that stuff. Take your win and go move about. He's pointing at the scoreboard right now to the coaching staff for Clovis as Pena steps up to the stripe. First shot's good on the fadeaway free throw. Pena coming up big here in the fourth quarter as he's got 9 points, 2 trays and 3 free throws. Perfect tonight, 5 for 5 from the charity stripe. He'll get 1 more though. Eagles up by 9, double-digit chance here, and it's 10. Count them both. This 67-57, 10-point lead, just like it was at the end of the third quarter, 53-43. A three-pointer for the right corner is off the back of the rim for Carpenter. Chased down in the left corner by Sice. He kicks it back left wing. Cox with the fadeaway 3 left. Saved on the baseline off the rebound by Jimenez. He's going to get the handoff as he comes back to the left corner. Pivoting, trying to Cox. Cox trying to cut the basket on the left baseline. Ball sailed behind him to the left corner and out of bounds. Bad communication between Jimenez and Cox there causes the 13th turnover for Clovis. 35.8 seconds remaining. Eagles up by 10. They're getting trapped all over now in the backcourt. Inbounding will be Hodge on the left baseline. Gets it in far left to Pena. He beats the dribble across the timeline. Down the lane to the right block. Goes back door to Henderson for a double head dunk. Big man. Parker Henderson has 17. Quickly the other way comes Clovis. Going to the rack, getting fouled as Cox going on the right side of the rim. Clock stop with 22 seconds remaining, and they'll get 2 free throws out of this one. Eagles not getting back quick enough that time. They call the foul against Peyton Hodge, his 4th. That's the 4th team foul. And on the line is Cox. Jaden Cox, perfect, or 1 shy of perfect. He is 5 of 6, has 19 points. First free throw is up, and it's good, a swish. He scored 5 points there in the fourth quarter. Has 20 overall now. Leads the Wildcats, 15 for Brown and 11 for Carpenter. Second shot for Cox is a good one, right through the hole. He's got 21. 69-59, back to a 10-point game. Quick dribble for Pena up the far left sideline, now in the front court, 18 seconds. Drives the lane, windmill, layup left side and scores. Pena lighting him up for the Eagles. He's got 30 points in the ball game, 71-59, Eagles by 12. 7 seconds left. Cox gets it stripped as he tries to spin on the left side. He fumbles it off his fingers. Great defense applied by Soria, the sophomore, to cause the turnover in the fumble. 14th turnover of the ball game. Down to 3, 2, 1. Pena, 3-quarter court shot at the buzzer. Doesn't make it, but that's the ball game. Your Hobbs Eagles winning big, 71-59 over arch rival Clovis. To go to 2-0 at district, the Wildcats drop to 0-2. We will take a 3-minute break, come back with the Hobbs Eagle postgame show live. A winning victory here in Clovis. Welcome back to Rock Stoppers Gym here in Clovis. Your Hobbs Eagles victorious, second game of district as they get the W on the road, 71-59. Eagles winning by 12 to go 2-0. Clovis drops to 0-2. Let's look at the numbers of this game. First of all, for the Wildcats, they finished 3 in double figures. Jaden Cox, 21 points, 5 rebounds, had a ton of free throws. He was 7 of 8 from the charity stripe. He also hit 2 trays for the Wildcats' cause. Also in double digits, Clifton Brown with 15 points and 5 rebounds. He had 3 3-pointers in the game and was 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. Luke Carpenter had 11 points. He hit 3 trays and was 2 of 3 from the line with 3 rebounds. Those 3 in double figures. Michael Clinton, one of their post players, had 8 points, 4 rebounds for the Wildcats. J.J. Seiss had 4 points and 6 boards. And I believe that's about it for their scoring. They had only 5 guys in the books in this game. Pretty decent free throw shooting, too. 13 of 16 for 81%. They had 29 rebounds, which was 8 less than the Eagles. Tops on the boards for Clovis was J.J. Seiss with 6. Jimenez and Cox both getting 5 apiece. Clinton with 4. Their best part of their game, especially as the game went along, were the 3-point shots. They had 8 total in the contest. We mentioned 3 for Brown, also 3 for Carpenter, and then 2 for Jaden Cox. So 3 different guys coming up with multiple trays in the ball game. Some of their unraveling was the turnovers. They had 14 in the contest compared to 6 for the Hobbs Eagles. So there's your numbers for the Wildcats. As we switch to the Hobbs Eagles side of the coin, big game for Abraham Pena. 30 points in the ball game. He was perfect on the charity stripe, 6 for 6, and hit 4 3-pointers, 4 out of the 7, more than half of the Eagles' trays in this ball game. So a breakout performance there for Abraham Pena. Also 3 rebounds in the contest, and a very big third quarter. He had 10 points after not scoring in the second, and then finished up with, let's see, how many total did he have in the, looks like 14 points in the fourth quarter for his final 30. Also in double digits tonight, Parker Henderson finishing with 17 points. He had 7 rebounds as well, and 12 of his points coming in the second quarter. So definitely a good cause for him. He went 1 of 2 from the line as well. So Eagles only get 2 double-digit scores, but some other point producers as well. Josiah Clay hit 7 points. He hit a tray for his scoring in this contest. It was Peyton Hodge with 5 points, 1 tray, and 4 rebounds. Lyric Soria hit a tray, also 1 for 2 on the line for 4 points. And Javen Hernandez coming off the bench for a bucket and 4 rebounds. And J. Ibris Turbiatis, he had 6 points, but more importantly, 16 rebounds. So he definitely has been cleaning the boards up well this year. Came in averaging 8 a contest, and tonight double that up with the 16. He's had quite a few double-doubles this season, and rebounds are a very big part of that. Hobbs didn't get as many free throw shots in this game. They had 9 total attempts compared to 16 for Clovis, but Hobbs making 7 of 9, 77%, of course, perfect. We mentioned for Abraham Pena with that 6 for 6. Again, Henderson went 1 for 2, Soria went 1 for 2, and Turbiatis 0 for 1 for the totals there. Eagles had the rebounding advantage again, 37-29, 8 more than their opponent in this one. Turbiatis leads with 16 there, and 7 for Parker Henderson, 4 for Hodge, and 3 for Pena. Turnovers just 6. That was a total of 8 less than Clovis in the game. And looking at the numbers through the quarters, both teams tied up at 10 in the first. Eagles outscored Clovis 20-13 in the second to take a 30-23 lead at the half, a 7-point lead. It was a 23-20 point differential for Hobbs, 3 more in the third quarter of action. And then the fourth quarter, Hobbs putting in 18 and 16 for Clovis. So Eagles just kind of holding on there as the fourth quarter waned on to the victory. And, of course, not a lot of big-time double-digit scoring for Hobbs in this one. When you have somebody pumping in 30, that's like having 2 players scoring for you. You might not need as many as Clovis did when they had a total of 3 players in double figures. So Eagles picking up this very critical win to go 2-0. Definitely a road trip, not always an easy one. And, again, Hobbs lost last year in a very close 2-point battle here at Rock Stoppers and winning the one at home. Next game for the Eagles, they have about a week off of practice as they will have their Friday night matchup. They will be taking on Carlsbad. And, of course, Carlsbad team they've already played this season and beat them by double digits at the City of Champion Artesia tournament. So that was a pretty good start early part of the season for the Hobbs Eagles in that one. Currently, Carlsbad sitting at 15-6 on the season. They were supposed to play Roswell, and I don't believe that game has been scored yet, as the Roswell Coyotes, of course, the team the Eagles picked off just Tuesday night. So it'll be interesting to see how that will pan out tonight. In terms of games they've already played, they've lost to the Eagles 63-52. Again, that was back on December 6th at the Artesia tournament. They thumped on Los Lunas, who's been ranked for some part of the season. They've kind of been dropping down in the rankings lately, but they beat them by 28. They also picked off Gadsden 68-27, a 41-point win there. They beat Alamogordo by 29, knocked off Santa Teresa big time there, 67-38. Lost to Artesia by 13 in a regular season game, non-tournament. Beat Portales by 29. Santa Fe losing to them by just 4. Piedra Vista picking them off by 10. Went back and played Artesia a second time and beat them the second time around, 51-44. Lost to Oregon Mountain, a team the Eagles beat by 6. Beat Mayfield just by 9 points, single digits. Got by Lovington by 18. Las Cruces, they lost by 27, a team the Eagles beat 30-plus in both times they faced them. Beat Centennial by 8. Lost to Lovington the second time they played them, so they split with Lovington, this time losing by 12. Goddard, they beat by 14. Completely trashed Chaparral 82-18, and Clovis again on Tuesday beat them 55-43. So Carlsbad comes in with that 15-6 record, pinning the game tonight against Roswell, who is 16-5. Hope you enjoyed the game here tonight as the Hobbs Eagles victorious again 71-59 over Clovis. We'll be back with you on Friday night at Tasker Arena as the Eagles will host the Carlsbad Cavemen. Pre-game show at 6:45, the tip-off at 7. I'd like to thank Manuel back at the station and Jessica Friend on the scoreboard tonight. I'm Ty Friend signing off from Rock Staubus Gym in Clovis. See you next Friday and have a great weekend out there.